I mean, there's a lot more to be done, and it's all about like the zoo dreams, right? The dreams of zoos. And speaking of zoo dreams, my first story that I want to tell you is of my buddy Forrest. Of course, his moniker was Zoo Dreams, and he really dreamt of having a zoo one day. For those you guys don't know, we lost Forrest this year, unfortunately, and it's something I think about a lot, losing him. But he was an interesting guy, and I wanted to tell a story because earlier today we were filming a piece that's going to be in a vlog in the next couple of days with talking about my alligators, right? And we have obviously an albino alligator, we have a melanistic alligator, and there's a couple. There's like hypo alligators that are pretty cool. Not sure that I really want one because I mean they're cool, but the normal person that walks in sees that and says, "Oh, that looks like a cool alligator," or whatever. As a matter of fact, it's weird how many people, Jay, you know this, how many people see Pepper, this jet black alligator, which is not black now; it's like a gray and steel bluish type of alligator. But they don't even think that's interesting until they compare it to a normal alligator. So I'm not sure I'd be interested in the hypos, but there are pied alligators. Can you pull up a picture of a pied alligator for me? I mean, it's just like a piebald ball python. I mean, they are absolutely wonderful. Probably one of my favorite.
Stunning.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, look at these animals here.
Like, that's incredible, man. I mean, get the heck out of here.
Look at this, man.
I love like the 50-50. Oh, that's so cool, man.
I mean, every one of them is just absolutely stunning. So obviously, I really want to get a pied alligator. And there's a couple people that are working that could potentially breed them. I think maybe as early as this year. So hopefully we can get a pied alligator. And then, of course, I'd love to get blue-eyed leucistic alligators. And I know that our friends at Gatorland, if they produce, they've said they can help me out with that one. I think they have a couple males and they have a het or two females that they're trying to breed. So if they're successful, I think there's a chance I could get a blue-eyed Lucy. And then I the same guy that I got my albino and black from could be producing the pieds. My point is that, as a matter of fact, one of the pictures you saw there, my friend Robbie Kesey, do you have that picture with Robbie Kesey holding Snowball? Yeah, there he is right there. So Snowball was, the facility that he had Snowball in was burnt down, and they believe that it was potentially to steal Snowball. So essentially, the thoughts are is that the thief broke in, stole the pied or whatever alligator, and then burnt the rest of the place down. And then there was a ton, like 100 and something animals perished. And there was never any resolution to what happened with it. There was the leads kind of went dead, and they never found, the culprits. They never found out, what happened. And I think the case is still just kind of ongoing, to be honest with you. But anyways, my point is that Forrest, Zoo Dreams, he's such a trip. He
one of my favorite stories.
He somehow found this zoo, private little reptile zoo in Missouri, that supposedly had a pied alligator. This is after what happened with Robbie. And apparently it looked a lot like Snowball, the pied alligator that Robbie lost. And so Forrest drives there. I think it was 4 or 5 hours, something like that, sees the animal, and then he calls the FBI, to say, because this is now, we're talking about a massive theft and arson, right? So he calls like the FBI. They end up sending someone in to raid this place.
That's so crazy.
Because, apparently this could have been, arson / grand larceny for stealing the animal. As they come in, apparently the people, not only they prove that they bought it, but it turns out that it's not the same animal, different markings, and it's apparently just not the same animal, And so then Forrest turns around, and Forrest told me this story. So this is coming from Forrest. Obviously, he's not around anymore to corroborate it, but this is coming from Forrest. Then turns around to the owner that he just called the FBI on, and tries to buy the animal.
That's so good.
He literally offers a guy $20,000 for the animal, or something like that, 25,000, whatever the case is. And of course, the owner, as you could imagine, turns it down.
That's just so great to put somebody through all that hassle, and then to be like, "Can I buy that alligator?" Actually, like, dude, it's so funny.
So
man.
the funny thing I think is that I wonder if that that place is still around. I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't call Forrest to find out where that place was. I would love to know if the place was still around, zoo in Missouri. So if anyone does know the zoo in Missouri, private zoo, that had a pied alligator, I'd love to see if they still have it. If they'd love to sell it, I'd love to buy it. But I wouldn't send the FBI in first. I would just buy it.
So crazy.
But
Damn, son.
Can we rail this in?